All right, let's dive right in. We're going to tackle some of the most common, and let's be honest, some of the most confusing English idioms you'll hear in the workplace. Mastering these isn't just about sounding fluent, it's really about feeling confident and never missing a beat in those fast-moving conversations.
So imagine getting an email like this one. It's full of phrases like drop the ball, cut too many corners, go back to the drawing board, and the ball is in your court. I mean, if you take this literally, it makes zero sense, right? This is a perfect example of just how packed our professional communication can be with idioms, and it's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
Yeah, if that email made your head spin, you are so not alone. It's a really common feeling for anyone navigating a new language environment, and frankly, it can be pretty frustrating. But don't worry, we're going to decode all of it together.
So why does any of this matter? Well, because in today's modern, super fast-paced office, understanding these expressions has pretty much become a requirement. It's kind of like the unofficial language of business, a verbal shorthand that everyone just expects you to get so you can keep things moving.
Okay, so to really get idioms, we first have to understand the difference between two types of language. As you can see here, literal language is direct. The wind stings. It means exactly what it says. But figurative language, well, it gets a little more creative to paint a picture. Saying the wind bites gives you a much stronger feeling, doesn't it? It uses a comparison to make the language more powerful.
And that brings us to this really special kind of figurative language, the idiom. Like it says on the slide, it's a fixed expression where the literal meaning of the words doesn't help you one bit. Think about a phrase like, it's raining cats and dogs. You can't decode that word by word. You just have to learn the hidden meaning. It's like a secret code, really.
All right, you ready? Let's start building your toolkit. We'll break down some of the most essential idioms you'll hear, starting with a couple that are all about teamwork and who's responsible for what.
First up, a classic you'll hear in pretty much every team meeting, on the same page. This one is absolutely key for making sure everybody is aligned.
As you can see, this one is all about shared understanding. When your manager asks, hey, are we all on the same page? What they're really asking is, do we all agree on the plan and what we need to do next? It's a super simple but powerful way to stop confusion before a project even gets going.
Next up is an idiom you'll probably recognize from that crazy email we started with, and this one comes straight from sports. The ball is in your court. Yeah, just like in tennis or basketball, this phrase signals a transfer of responsibility. The person saying it has done their part. Maybe they sent you a report or gave you some feedback. Now the responsibility, the ball, has been passed over to you. It's your turn to make the next move.
Okay, let's keep building that toolkit. These next two idioms, well, they often pop up when projects aren't going quite right.
You remember this one from that problem email, right? To cut corners. You want to pay close attention here, because this one is almost always negative. So this means taking shortcuts, usually to save time or money. But, and this is the important part, it comes at the cost of quality. Imagine a builder skipping important safety checks, that is literally cutting corners. In an office, it could be rushing a report without checking the facts. It almost always leads to bigger problems down the road.
And what happens when a plan fails? Maybe because someone cut corners. Well, you might hear this phrase, go back to the drawing board.
Just think of an architect's drawing board, right? If the whole design for a building is flawed, you can't just fix one little thing. You got to scrap it and start fresh. That's exactly what this idiom means in business. It's not about making a few minor tweaks, it's about a total reset.
All right, for our final set of idioms in this explainer, we've got two super common expressions that are all about creativity and communication.
Okay, you have definitely heard this one before, especially in brainstorming sessions. Think outside the box. It's become a bit of a cliche, for sure, but the idea behind it is really, really important. So, the box is basically the normal, traditional way of doing things. To think outside the box is really a call to break free from those limits and come up with some truly creative, unconventional solutions. It's all about challenging the way things have always been done.
And last but not least, let's look at touch base. This is another one that comes from sports, this time from baseball.
Yeah, this one is all about a quick, informal check-in. We're not talking about scheduling a big 30-minute meeting here. It's more like sending a quick message or having a short call just to get an update. It's a really common and efficient way to stay in sync with your team.
Okay, so we've gone through a bunch of key idioms, but how do you actually make them stick in your brain? Because let's be honest, just memorizing a list doesn't really work, does it? So let's look at a few strategies that actually do. So here's a simple 3-step process that really works.
First, context is everything. Don't just memorize the definition, notice when and how people use the phrase. Is it in a serious meeting or a casual chat? Next, you gotta immerse yourself. Watching TV shows or movies with subtitles is a fantastic way to see these idioms used in natural conversations. And finally, practice. Using flashcard apps can be an amazing tool for locking these phrases into your long-term memory.
Now, let's talk about the real goal here. Because it's not about trying to cram as many idioms as you can into a sentence to sound like a native speaker. No, the real power is something totally different. And this, right here, is probably the most important thing to remember from this whole explainer. Don't stress about using these idioms yourself, especially when you're just starting out. The real power, the real confidence, comes from understanding them. When you can follow the conversation without getting lost, you feel more included, more confident, and you can contribute so much more effectively. That comprehension, that's the real key.
So, I've got a little challenge for you. This week, keep your ears open. In your meetings, in your emails, think about what you've learned here and see which of these idioms you can spot first out in the wild. You might just be surprised how often they pop up.